Hello all and welcome back to another video. For you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Neil Henry. And in today's video, I want to discuss what to check before you send an AI drafted legal document. So generally speaking, AI is very much changing the way we operate on a daily basis, and it can be very much utilized to enhance your daily workflow operations and expedite those operations. However, AI you have to think of as a junior associate. It's able to help you draft, but at the end of the day, things need to be looked over because AI is subject to hallucinations the same way a human would be subject to hallucinations. And we can't sit there and take it literally, otherwise, it's prone to errors. So, in this video, I wanted to kind of discuss what to do, what to check for, and the reasonings behind why. So, I'm going to share my screen here. This is the first diagram, and I'm actually going to expand it as well for you guys to see. So this first diagram, you could essentially see the prompt input and the source file. And in input, you may see something like this dollar value, $12,500, whereas in the source file, you may see $12,050. And this is what we call AI hallucination. So every time, especially with dollar amounts, with dates, with percentages, anything that involves numerics, you need to check those values over and make sure the inputs match the outputs. Because sometimes when we pass that input through the AI, the numbers, for whatever reason, it doesn't do the math correctly, it hallucinates a number, and you get this misformed, malformed output. So that's the first thing we always want to check over, anything involving numerics. And I'll repeat that one more time. Dollar amounts, dates, percentages, statute of limitation deadlines, anything involving numerics. So that's pretty much the first example. Now I want to go on to the second example, which I have here. I'm going to expand it out also. So always make sure to read the placeholder fields. I've showed in other videos kind of this way where we have these placeholders which the AI is supposed to fill out in the process. However, we pretty much take the input, we pass that through the AI, and we say that, hey, using this input, I want you to fill out in all these placeholder fields, and AI will do the job of filling in those fields accordingly. However, sometimes the AI, again, may hallucinate. It's not very likely, but there are situations where, same way a human would hallucinate, would make an error, the AI can make an error. So it's very important to check the placeholders. In this case, this would represent, say, a sentence, correct? And we pretty much have this whole statement here. And input client address, the AI would fill this in with the actual client address, completing the clause or the sentence. And this is just one of the various examples where you need to check the placeholders to make sure the placeholders are actually filled in accurately. Not only do you need to make sure that the placeholder was actually filled in, but also that the contents that were filled in were the correct contents. So that's just another example. I'm now going to go on to the third example, this one here. And these are all just different examples to kind of give you guys a perspective of what to look out for and the different use cases when that specific hallucination may occur. So the next one is to confirm the facts always trace back to your file. So sometimes the AI will populate data, but you need to make sure that the data which is being cited by the AI is the actual accurate data, and that the AI is just not inferring something or making something up that's not there. So generally speaking, in a lot of the AI prompts will request citations. So in this case, you see in this example, which I'm showing you here, you see an AI output of March 15th, 2024. However, in the actual report, which we utilize to generate that AI output, the date showed March 12th, 2024, and that's an inconsistency. The AI did fill in the date in the output, showcasing March 15th, but it was the incorrect date, as the correct date was March 12th, 2024, not March 15th. So things like this, whenever I create prompts which require citations, we always ask it to actually cite where exactly it found that citation. So then now we have the claim that the AI outputs, as well as the specific reference to where it found that in whichever input documents that we used. So always search for citations and make sure that the output actually matches accurate citations from your documents. So for example, let's say we had a demand letter. You want to verify that each factual claim about the incident, such as injuries and damages, match what's actually in the file, aka the citation. Next is number 4, which I want to talk about here, which is always check the scope of representation. So that means what was agreed versus what the letter actually says. So let's say we're generating an engagement letter. It needs to accurately describe what you're not handling. You are not handling, right? And it needs to sound reasonable as well, the scoping and the language behind it. So in the case here, what was agreed upon was negotiate only. However, in the letter, it says all claims arising from the incident. It's expanding the claim beyond what was actually agreed upon. And that again is a different issue, because you're saying one thing in the intake call, but then in the engagement letter, you're saying another thing. In the intake call, we agreed upon negotiation only. However, when we actually create that engagement letter, it says all claims arising from the incident. And this causes miscommunications. It's not accurate, and it ruins integrity of what you are aiming for. So again, this is another situation where we need to check what was agreed upon versus what was actually agreed upon versus what our engagement letter says. And there's other many examples like this, but always just make sure to confirm the scope of representation. Next one is point number 5, which I'm going to show you my example here, which is always check over the tone which the AI outputs in. So you may see in previous prompts, I have other free resources in my blog, which I'll have the link down below in the description of the video. But you can see here as well. Let's say the AI defaults to a very formal flat tone, such as, we write to present the claim of our client. However, this can be a little bit passive. It's a little bit overly formal, and in some cases, we may want something which is actually very direct and assertive and confident. So, although the AI may default to this if you don't emphasize what tone you're looking for in the prompt, by indicating to the AI, hey, we want the tone to be this, you get a revised, more accurate output to what you're looking for. In this case, your insured caused a fracture, demand $85,000. So you can very much see this passive, more formal flat tone versus the very direct, assertive tone. And this is, again, you achieve this by when prompting the AI to indicate what type of tone that you're looking for. So that's point number 5. And then the final point, number 6, is to flag anything marked for attorney review. So AI, I've talked about how it can very much infer things. There may be certain assertions or wording that the AI may be uncertain about. And the naive way would be to have the AI be able to assume whatever it is. However, the smart way and the prophylactic way of handling this would be anything which is unclear and is not clear to assume. We need to flag that and mark it for attorney review. And that's when the attorney would then go through, see where it says attorney review required within the output, and then go through itself and then make those adjustments manually. Again, this is not, the AI has its use. It will help you expedite your workflows through automation. It will save you numerous amounts of hours and help you with unclear specifications. However, it is subject to error, just as I said, a junior associate would be a subject to error. So in the case where we have an attorney review required, in the case of this, we have an example here. We hereby demand $37,500 attorney review required to resolve this matter. So in the case of this example here, the model flagged this because no demand calculation was provided in the prompt. So rather than making this inference, the AI flags it for attorney review, so then the attorney could sit there, look it over, and fill it in accordingly or make the adjustments accordingly. So that's effectively it for different things that you may want to look out for when prompting with AI. You have to think of the AI as a draft, the same way you would think of a first draft for a junior associate. If you were in school, the first draft of your essay, it's not the final, it's just the blueprint, it's the skeleton. From that skeleton, you iterate and you aim for that final output. So I hope that these different suggestions will help you when drafting AI legal documents. Again, I'll reiterate all the different points we discussed. Number 1, verify every number. Number 2, read the placeholder fields. Number 3, confirm the facts traced back to your file. Number 4, check the scope of representation. Number 5, look at the tone. And number 6, flag anything marked for attorney review. So I think this will definitely help you with whatever documents you're trying to draft. And if you have any questions, just make sure to leave a comment down below. Now, if you like the video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel and share with anybody who you think this may be of use to. If you're interested in hopping on a call with me, I have my blog linked down and website linked down below in the description of the video. We could book a call, whether you're looking for custom builds, just general advice, any questions AI related, or about anything tech, and I'll be glad to assist you and help you. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll have another video coming out shortly soon. Thank you, and until next time, bye-bye.